episode 153.
Other than coming to work every day, working and going home, we didn't really have a clear vision of where we wanted it. Now we do, right? Like, we've got goals, financial, we've got dreams of building a new facility, we've got these things that now that we're seeing financial results that we should be, those things become exciting, right? You can say, hey, I can actually get this done. We can do some good things.
Welcome, aftermarketers, to Remarkable Results Radio. Listen to learn just one thing from today's episode on your journey to remarkable results. Welcome, aftermarketers, to episode 153 of the Remarkable Results podcast and another insightful interview with a service professional entrepreneur. Today, meet Doug Callaghan, the 2016 ACE Award winner from Vic's Service Center in Wainright, Alberta. This episode is brought to you by Federal Mogul Motor Parts. Search for parts, get the latest technical updates, and sign up for the new Garage Rewards loyalty program at their all-new website, fmmotorparts.com. Hey, I'm always appreciative of a rating and review in iTunes. Now, many of you subscribe to the show in iTunes, and if you would, find a chance to provide a rating and review on the show. It's always good to have the feedback and to share with your peers the value the podcast brings to you. Now, Mr. Doug Callaghan of Vic's Service Center in Wainright, Alberta, Canada. Now, Doug won the prestigious ACE, the Automotive Career and Education Award, in the Small Under 50 Employees category. This award recognizes automotive aftermarket industry companies truly dedicated to investing in the growth of their employees' knowledge and skills and offering professional development and career opportunities. Doug was honored at Auto Care Association's Fall Leadership Days in Washington, D.C. on September 8, 2016. Winners were selected based on the education and training practices of their company, including what prompted the company to invest in training, the types of training accomplished, the initial goals, their experiences, results of the training, and any future plans. In this episode, Doug shares the monumental transformation his company has gone through from training, culture, leadership, new hiring, digital vehicle inspections, and even a second location. And he credits a lot of the changes in his business to hiring Bob Greenwood from the Automotive Aftermarket e-Learning Center. Bob Greenwood and I spent some time in his own episode. Check out episode 49. Hey, now meet North American Auto Care Industry 2016 ACE Award winner for businesses under 50 employees. Now here we go with Doug Callaghan. A warm welcome to Doug Callaghan, owner of Vic's Service Center in Wainright, Alberta. Hey, Doug, are you ready to share your remarkable results?
Yeah, absolutely, Carm.
Wow, Doug. You won the prestigious ACE, the ACE, Automotive Career and Education Award from the Auto Care Association, and You picked that thing up at the Fall Leadership Days in September of 2016. Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, Carm.
Unbelievable. Wow, it's great. What an honor. Now, you must have felt confident that you could compete and even win the ACE Award. So what drove that level of confidence and the changes in your business that made you apply?
It's funny when you're working in your business like I have been. I started with some business consultants a year and a half ago through AAEC. I'd been so wrapped up in working on the business that back in January, Bob Greenwood pulled me aside and he said, listen, I think you should really take a shot at applying for this award. And honestly, at the time, I was like, well, Bob, I'm in the midst of all this. Like, do you really think that I've done enough that we would be competitive in, having a chance to get the award? And sure. Bob was 100% behind me on it. He's like, absolutely. I think you've done some good things. So let's just give it a shot and see. So, that's where the consultants see a different perspective of what I'm doing, right? So, yeah, we put the application together, and as I was putting it together, I thought, it gave me a chance to look back and go, wow, we have done a lot of things in a year and a half. So it was, once it got in, I was pretty confident we would have a good shot at it.
What's amazing is that you're telling me it's a year and a half that you put all these major changes in your company together.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
From when I brought my consultants on to when we made some massive changes was within 3 months. I mean, we put in a whole new POS system. We put in electronic inspections. We put in, a whole bunch of new staff. We had to train the staff that we were putting in on the ground. We had to get all that going, and the client is always at the forefront, correct? So, you're doing all these changes and you want to make sure that client's getting taken care of. And it's a lot of work. And without my team getting behind us and going forward, man, it would have been impossible. But good bunch of people we work with, and they got right on board with it.
Well, it's great to, I guess, have Bob believe in you.
Right?
And he says, hey, you can do this. That's Bob's a great guy. He's very intuitive. He obviously saw a lot of things that because you were so busy, you probably didn't have a chance to really see.
We're seeing good financial results and things come out of it, but just taking that step back and looking at what we've asked people to do and what we've done ourselves, and it's a complete 360 from the way that we operated a year and a half ago.
So you made a leap somehow a year and a half ago. You made a leap. And that leap was, you had a vision of your company, but you were working too much in the trenches and not on the business. So was it Bob and the consultants that helped you realize your vision?
Well, about January 2015, I was worried for my health. I knew that I was going too hard. I mean, I was answering the phone, booking the appointments, doing the invoicing, still working in the back shop. And I could feel my body and my stress levels starting to, get out of hand. And I was becoming concerned that how could I keep this up, and I wasn't showing any more profit. And I had kids getting ready to go to university. And, you start thinking, well, there's got to be a better way. And I've been to Bob's courses before, and man, for whatever reason that January, I just, how I left the shop and went and did 4 days worth of training with him, and then, made the decision while I was there that I had to do what he was talking about.
You must have known other people in the industry that were successful and had done some of the things that you did. Did you see it from their perspective?
What? Other than reading articles, through seeing other people do well and viewing people through your programs and stuff, you always watch that and go, I could probably do that. I can get to that, but how do you get there? And I'm sorry, but most of us running shops nowadays without some external help, it's too tough to get there on your own. The roadmap isn't clear enough, right?
Yeah, when you look back and in 2 or 3 years ahead, and we meet, and we're old college buddies, and I say, what was the initial piece, the thing that you did, your transformational that took you from in to on?
For me, it was making the financial commitment to bring somebody on to help me. Okay. And if I'm going to pay for that advice, whatever they say, I better well get in and get doing it, right? So making a substantial financial commitment to that training and education side and not putting it into actual work, it seemed ridiculous to me. So that commitment. So
as an owner, your accountability to getting this done was the financial commitment and making sure that your investment would pay big dividends.
It had to.
Got it.
It had to, right? It just had to. There's no way I could make that investment and not have it pay me. So
okay. Hey, did your role as a leader in the company change?
Yeah, well, I had to become not so much a doer in the business. I had to set a vision for the business, which really, other than coming to work every day, working and going home, we didn't really have a clear vision of where we wanted it. Now we do, right? Like we've got goals, financial, we've got dreams of building a new facility, we've got these things that now that we're seeing financial results that we should be, those things become exciting, right? You can say, hey, I can actually get this done. We can do some good things. So
how exciting. I mean, it's got to be exciting for you. I mean, you win an award and the business is on fire. You know that 70% of professional technicians install Moog? Do you know who is best in class in engineering R&D? Do you know who holds 47 patents and has 28 dedicated engineers on staff? Yeah, Moog. You should know that 85% of Moog socket-style components are manufactured in North America, and that makes Moog best in class for manufacturing. And since 1966, every NASCAR championship has been won on Moog parts. But you knew that. I know why you install Moog. They solve your problems. Over the years, Moog has provided problem-solving innovations like a patented pressed-in cover plate, powdered metal gusher bearing technology, compression-loaded ball joints with a pre-installed integral dust boot, and vertical control arm bushings. You know why you install Moog. Enhanced durability, improved performance, and ease of installation. For more information, go to moogparts.com. Now you know. I read that you had to rent another facility just to handle the workload?
Yeah, and that was in the midst of 3 months, right? So this building comes up for lease down the road. Bob, Rui have taken a look at my business. They know that we're busting at the seams, but we just can't get enough vehicles through. They're like, you got to expand. Let's take advantage of this. Let's do this. And I'm like, oh my God, like we're going to spend more money. I got to put hoists and stuff. They take the emotion out of it. Listen, this is what the dollar figures are. We're going to track how your sales are going through there. And you remove the emotion. You know you're making the sales to cover off the expenses. And you're making, and at the end of the day, they're absolutely right. We were making more net profit because we were able to take care of more, not substantially more, but we were able to get the bottleneck out that was at our existing shop. So
I can't help but think of the word trust. To me, that had to be one of the biggest things between you and Bob.
Oh, yeah, and at times you're going, all right, like, is he nuts? Is this actually going to work? But it doesn't, as long as you're measuring it, you know, right? Too many guys sit there and think or feel that they're doing all right. When you see the numbers, you know you're fine. So you keep going and you trust it for sure.
And you keep going and you keep going and the little train up the hill. Oh, great.
Yeah, exactly.
So the three biggest tactics, if you think back, when you really started this transformation, and you were mentioning systems and inspections, what are the three most important changes you made as you started your great metamorphosis?
Three things: the electronic inspections, bringing inspections into the shop like we thought we were doing inspections. The electronic inspections bring a sense of accountability to everybody in the facility, right? So that made a huge difference on things that we thought clients maybe didn't care about, but believe it or not, a seeping seal, me as a tech, I'll probably let go, but some people don't want a seeping seal. They want to fix that vehicle, even though they want the information in their hands. Let them make the decision about what we're going to do. And man, that drove a ton of work through the shop that we just didn't, it was just going out the door before. So the inspections were huge in getting the business moving forward.
I have a question about that. The techs embraced this? Oh,
some did. Some fought on it. It's a big change in how they work their day, right? They see it sometimes, or at the beginning it was wasting time. It takes 15 to 20 minutes sometimes to get a courtesy inspection done back up to a client, but man, it's so well worth it. It drives work into the shop and it holds us at a professional level that we just don't see around the industry at different areas.
Anything else?
Hiring staff.
Okay.
Getting the right amount of people in place to help me get this business moving forward. I had to hire a service advisor. I had to hire a receptionist. I had to hire more guys for the back shop. Finally get it, to today where we're staffed where I don't have to worry about jumping into the back or helping guys out. The business can actually move on its own, and I can actually sit back and manage the business and help the guys when they run into problems. Like if they came to you with a problem in the middle of a day while I'm trying to work on a car, I don't have time to help them either. So now when issues pop up, I can handle it from a management standpoint versus just, reacting to what they're dealing with as well. That was huge for my team because they could actually get the fact, guys have been with me for a while. They're actually getting listened to. They feel what they're saying now has some gravity with decisions I'm making. So
Bob always used a great term called having a scrum, a daily scrum. Do you guys do that?
That would be the third thing that probably changed the culture in my business, right? The scrum absolutely gives my guys the ability to daily, and it's so important daily, to tell me, yesterday we ran into this, we should do this, we're missing this piece of equipment. On the other hand, I get to give them the results from the day before. Hey, this is the amount of hours that we billed out today. This was our budget. We were down, we were up, good job. I watch all the inspections coming through. I didn't like how this was reported. Can we come up with a better way to do it? And so, there's a guy that's been with me 30 years. And, you could see he was having a hard time. He was just coming to work, doing his job, going home. And you start to wonder, does he even like being here anymore? Well, when we switched over to doing the processes and the meetings, man, he's probably my most engaged staff member right now. Comes forward with great suggestions and is invested in the business like I've never seen him.
Wow.
So it's huge.
What a benefit.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
Just something that just dropped in your lap. What a great thing.
Yeah.
Hey, the current training culture inside VIX, what are you doing? The number of hours of technical training, what is that training culture?
Initially, it's been just with Bob Rui process, getting that stuff in. And now this year, we've moved into the online training. My guys are going to be expected to do 100 hours of training a year, paid time, right?
All right.
That time's all on my dime. I'm not expecting to do this stuff on the weekends. We will be doing live training with different instructors every second month. All the guys in the shop go to do, EVAP training. They're going to do reflash program training. Give them the tools they need to try and do their job more efficiently, right? In the independent sector, you work on a lot of stuff, and sometimes they need the help, the training, so that they can be efficient. So that's where we're at.
Are you a better leader right now?
Oh, absolutely. I believe I am. Yeah, I'm more relaxed. I'm able to make decisions with less emotion. So that helps push things forward. I'm able every day to have a clear head and vision about where we're headed. And, if things pop up like they do every day in this business, are we making decisions that are going to help us get to our goals, right? So from a leader, the guys need me to be calm, cool, collected, and lead by example. And if I'm ramped up and grumpy, guess what? Everybody in the shop gets a little ramped up and grumpy too. So it's definitely helped.
Ramped up and grumpy, and everybody acts like Doug. I get it.
Yeah.
And that really is one heck of a learning curve for a leader, realizing the effect that you can have on your people. Wow.
Yeah.
Good story. So you were talking about your scrum and sharing the numbers. Was it really hard for, many of the people inside the business to say, wow, we're doing that kind of money? I mean, why aren't I making more money?
None of my guys have talked to me about the money side as, we're making this much. None. And we've brought up a bonus structure, and some of the guys aren't even that. They said the bonus structure would be fine, but the money part of it isn't going to drive them to do more. They want to help each other out. They want to see the business do well. They know what my vision is. So, at the end of the day, they're paid well. So the money part isn't driving them. It's being part of this team, enjoying what they're doing every day, and working in an environment that makes you want to come, right?
Yeah.
But the money thing is there's nothing else to measure your business on, right? Other than customer satisfaction surveys, but the business, the money end is telling us how we're doing. It's our heartbeat.
Being a top technician takes a lot of hard work, and you can't do it alone. I believe you would agree, vehicle technologies, repair procedures, and diagnostics are changing every year. That's where Federal Mogul Motor Parts' Guru Garage can help. The Garage Gurus program has been designed by and for technicians and offers the most comprehensive program of support tools in the industry. There's a nationwide network of Guru on-site training and technology centers where you can get hands-on training with the equipment and tools needed to solve real work-related challenges. And when you can't make it to on-site training, there's Gurus Online, a 24/7 online academy with a huge catalog of course options. Garage Gurus also helps where it matters most, on the job, in your shop. Their Gurus on the Go technology fleet, well, they bring the latest products and technology demos right to you. If you need a quick part lookup, the Gurus On Demand app gives you fast, easy, and accurate info. And when you need help with a technical issue, their bilingual ASE-certified Gurus on Call are ready to help. And this year, they're introducing their Garage Rewards loyalty program, which gets you points towards free gear from your favorite Federal Mogul Motor Parts brands. It costs nothing to join, and you could start earning points immediately. So head on over to fmgaragegurus.com, learn all about the Garage Gurus program, and start earning points today. So every day you go home, and you've had this incredible reinvention of your business. Hired a consultant, listened to them, won a North American award from AutoCare. Do you ever think, does it bother you in the back of your mind, how are you going to sustain all this change and growth?
You know, I think the key thing is that everything that we've done, it's now just the norm. I can't think how we're going to ever go back a step, because we've pushed it hard enough that it's just part of our culture, the way we operate. The big thing that, me as a CEO of my company is how I try to look at it now. I need to look at the strategic risks that are coming up against us in the near future. The things with the integrated car, your data. How are we going to remain relevant to the marketplace? What training do my guys need in the next 3 years that's going to make them the top shop in the area, right? And how are we going to, that's what probably I sit at home and think about at night is, what's my next step? So I'm not afraid of sustaining. I'm just, in going back, I guess sustaining in how we're going to stay relevant. Yeah, we got to keep moving forward every day.
Okay, so you think about that at home, but does anything wake you up at 2 o'clock in the morning?
My dog, maybe. Honestly, I, through the day, every day that I go home, like last night I go home, there's no weight on my shoulders. The day was a good day. We had a good day. At 6 o'clock I go home and I'm just with my family. I'm not stressed about the money. I'm not stressed about, what's coming through the door tomorrow. Everything's been handled. So yeah, it's a sense of calm. It's a sense of relief.
You think back about all the years you've been in business and what you did to get where you are. What's the greatest advice you've ever been given?
I'd have to say from getting, it was so important to get me out of the shop. The best advice that I got from Bob, and I still to this day have it on, is I wear a tie. I wear a tie. I cannot get under a car. I can't work in the shop because I'm dressed as a businessman, and I have to run in my business. And you know what? Clients don't get it when they walk in the door. I'm in a shirt and tie. It's unique to any business in our town. People don't see it. So that was probably the biggest thing that I got from, at the beginning step was to get me out of the business, get me looking outside in and working on it. And that was transformational in how we move forward.
I've heard Bob at seminars say that, and if you will, he gave that one great piece of advice to so many service professionals, and it's worked for you. Incredible. Oh, good for you.
Absolutely, yeah.
What are you doing for marketing?
We do use MechanicNet, but we've really focused on our word of mouth. Our word of mouth is huge. We have a military base in town, and they talk to each other out there a lot, and we focused on taking care of our clients coming through our door. Mm-hmm. And if we did a really good job taking care of them, we were going to see results that would be that word of mouth. You got to go here. They're doing this. You got it. So, in the last 90 days, I just ran the report yesterday, 156 new clients in the last 90 days.
That's a great number. Wow.
It's a huge number.
Wow.
So people are talking. I talked to Rui and Bob about it and said, well, why are we seeing that number? And it's word of mouth. So what we focused on and what we've done is take care of those clients. And, I haven't offered any discounts. I haven't offered any price incentives. This is what we do. This is how we do it. We're professional. We care about your car. We want you to be safe and reliable. If you want to do that sort of business with us, man, come in and see us. And yeah, it's driving people through the door. The people out there are starving for that.
So you think about telematics data, who owns the data, autonomous cars, hydrogen vehicles. Where do you see that all coming together for you?
Yeah, it's going to be how are we going to get access to the data, and how are we going to educate the consumer about who owns the data? I mean, I've talked to a lot of our clients over the last 2 weeks, and they're adamant they own that data. They don't think the dealer should be able to, use that to market to them or use them to keep bringing them into their facilities. So it's going to be a big thing as that comes out to the forefront of the public's knowledge. And I don't think most of the public understands what's going on with the telematics. Losing the OBD2 port in the newer vehicles coming out is going to be a big game changer. Lots of shops are going to have to go to laptop wireless based. They're going to have to become service professionals where they have access, security clearances to get into vehicles. Like these are things that are going to be game changers for a lot of independent shops. And that's a 2017 vehicle. It's only 5 years from being in our base.
Where do you see yourself in the next, say, 5 to 10 years?
Well, I got to get my whole operation under one roof. So, in the next 5 years, we want to build a new facility. We want to get everything, under one roof and set up the shop in such a way that it's going to be able to be a connected facility, right? So it's going to be able to do those things and be at the top of our game. So that's, the next 5 years I see that, and for the next 10 years, we'll probably start thinking about succession planning and how we're going to, move myself out of the business somewhere down the road. We'll be heading to 55, 60 years old. So, that's a relevant thing we got to think about.
Got it. I understand. So let's have some fun. We've been talking business the whole time. Let's have some fun. A couple of really quick answers for me. Your first car. What was your first car?
A Ford Pinto.
Okay. The latest book you read?
I just read one, Sheldon Kennedy's book. He was a hockey player up in Canada here. Yeah.
Your favorite place in the world?
I'd have to say my favorite. We were just at Portugal right now. That's at the top of my list. Yeah, loved it over there.
Great. The best decade?
Well, it had to be the 80s. I mean, that
awesome.
I had the best hair in the 80s.
Automotive service or automotive science?
I'd have to say service for me right now. I don't have a reference to science on it.
Yeah, you are absolutely zoned in on that whole service thing. Hey, man, I have to tell you, I learned a lot. Our listeners learned a lot. Congratulations to you, the ACE Award winner, Automotive Career and Education winner from AutoCare in 2016. Wow. And what a great honor. So Doug Callaghan from Vic's Auto Service in Wainright, Alberta.
Canada,
wow,
you betcha.
Yeah. Give us some great words to live by.
Love what you're doing every day. And love the people around you that are with it, doing it with you. Life's too short. Too many people struggling with hard things. No matter how tough a day seems, man, just be happy, you're healthful, and moving forward.
Thank you, man.
You bet.
Hey, aftermarketers, thank you so much for listening. Now find more backstory on Doug Callaghan's business transformation on the show notes page at remarkableresults.biz/E153. The website holds all show notes for every episode, and it provides additional information and bio background on each guest. You'll also find additional pictures. If you want to get really connected to the podcast, go to remarkableresults.biz/subscribe and become a tribe member and get background information on every episode release. Hey, I really do appreciate your engagement with the podcast and would ask that you help spread the word. Your help is needed to share the ideas and insights found in each episode. I'm grateful for your support. Thanks. Thanks for being on board. to listen and learn from another inspiring aftermarket professional. Until next time.